Charleston church goes back to normal after the bloodbath that killed 9. Protesters are demanding the Confederate flag be taken down.
And the people of God shall say amen.
Teachers in Oaxaca, Michoacán have achieved their goal of not being evaluated as stated in the Mexican education reform. Teachers in other states will be tested. A renowned Al Jazeera journalist has been arrested in Germany at Egypt's authorities' request. Hello, welcome to the morning news. Mexico has temporarily canceled the teachers' evaluation in Oaxaca, Michoacán after a series of violent protests that included the blockade of the main highways and an airport. However, authorities said that the testing will continue as planned in other states of Mexico, like Chiapas and Guerrero, where dissident teachers are also advised they would attempt to disrupt the process. The teachers' union SENTE considers the evaluation of the high treason against their movement. Since 2006, teachers have staged a number of protests in southern Mexico, occupying public space for months, sparked demands of better salaries and working conditions. And after Donald Trump's expletives against Mexicans, PINATAS are being made in order to take out their anger of the real estate mogul. In his bid for the presidency, the Republican candidate accused the neighbor country of sending criminals to live in the U.S. and described them as drug runners, criminals, and rapists. A vast majority of Guatemalans agree that their president, Otto Pérez Molina, should resign, and that's according to a poll by country's paper Prensa Libre. The survey says that 84% of those asked said they believe Pérez Molina is maintaining a corrupt political system and should resign. Of the remaining respondents, 6% said they did not think the president should resign, and 10% said they did not know. The poll results came out a day after the congressional investigation considering stripping Pérez Molina of legal immunity to allow him to be tried for corruption was suspended by Guatemala's Constitutional Court. Bolivia's President Evo Morales has announced the discovery of a new oil field that will triple the country's oil reserves. The discovery is the largest one of its kind in the past 23 years, and according to Morales, it will increase the country's reserves from 16 million to 44 million barrels. The Apacani oil field in Santa Cruz is run by Bolivia's state-owned energy company, YPFB, with 51% of the deposit, and Spain's Repsol with 48%. Minority holders hold the remaining 1%. We go back to Charleston, South Carolina, where services have resumed at the church where 9 people were killed last on Wednesday. The Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church reopened its doors Saturday for the first time after the bloodbath, after police said it was no longer considered a crime scene. A manifesto that appears to be written by a suspect has been found that expresses need for action over racial dynamics in the U.S. and vilifies Black, Jewish, and Latin American people.
Somebody say, praise the Lord. This is the day that the Lord has made.
And the Confederate flag has been targeted as a symbol of hate and racism due to its origins. Several thousands of South Carolinians gathered under the flag at the state's capital, demanding it to be taken down.
We as African Americans see this as a symbol of hate, as a symbol of oppression, as a symbol to keep us African Americans, and I hate to say this, in our place.
Greece's Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras is meeting EU Commission, Eurogroup, European Central Bank, and IMF leaders today before the summit aim at reaching a deal over debt talks. Tsipras made a new offer on a reform package to foreign creditors on Sunday, signaling 11th-hour concessions to break a deadlock that has pushed Greece to the brink of bankruptcy. With less than 2 weeks until Athens faces a possible default on a $1.8 billion IMF loan prepayment, Greece's government is under pressure to strike a deal. Although the Syrian government has shown its willingness to negotiate, no deal has been reached so far as European lenders have insisted the rollback in Greek wages and pensions. Meanwhile, in Athens, thousands of Greeks took to the streets to show their support to the elected Syrian government and their position against the austerity measures the IMF and the European institutions want to impose. In Berlin, protesters are demonstrating against the detention of Al Jazeera journalist Ahmed Mansour. Mansour, one of the most senior journalists of the channel's Arabic service, was detained Saturday by Berlin airport police after a request by the Egyptian authorities to Interpol. All this despite the international police confirming to Al Jazeera lawyers that the request received, quote, did not meet Interpol's rules, quote. Carrier's criminal court sentenced Mansour to 15 years in prison in absentia last year for torturing a lawyer in Tahrir Square in 2011. Al Jazeera said at the time the charge was false and an attempt to silence Mansour. His detention comes in light of the Egyptian current regime's hostility towards media in the country, and especially towards the Qatar state-owned network. In Kyiv, two branches of the Russian bank have been attacked early this morning. Sberbank is the largest bank in both Russia and Eastern Europe. It has been accused by nationalists of backing separatists in Ukraine's east, something the bank has always denied. Its branches in Ukraine have repeatedly been hit by attacks in recent months. The attack has taken place the same day that the Ukrainian government is due to pay $75 million Eurobond debt to Russia. Brazil defeated Venezuela 2-1, leaving the Vinotinto out of Copa America. The five-time world champion could shrug off the absence of suspended captain Neymar and reach the quarterfinals. Paris Saint-Germain star Santiago Silva and Bundesliga-based striker Roberto Firmino were responsible for the victory. Venezuela's goal came from Rayo Vallecano striker Nicolas Fedor in the 84th minute. Brazil will now face Group B runners-up Paraguay in the quarterfinals on Saturday. Diego Armando Maradona has announced his will to run for FIFA'S presidency. He has been a long-time critic on the institution and its politics, and recent events have proven he was right. FIFA has been mired in scandals since 7 of its officials were arrested in a luxury hotel in Zurich ahead of the Congress. The officials are set to be extradited to the United States, where they are suspected of receiving close to $115 million in bribes. The Argentine legend has promised to end the corruption within the organization. More on these on our website, telesurtv.net/English. Thanks for watching and have a good day.